Oklahoma. Heavy rain the morning of April 26th caused flooding in southwest Oklahoma, causing dangerous road conditions and closures. Officials with the Lawton Fire Department said the department has had numerous water rescues since 7 a.m., and they are essentially going rescue to rescue. The power of the storm has caused damage in many areas. Let's start with Conbury. Yesterday, everyone said in unison that the storm was very strong, both rain and wind. And what's scary is lightning. People to avoid low-lying areas. Several roads were closed due to flooding, including I-44 westbound near exit 41. In some places, lightning struck an electric transformer that exploded with a loud noise, such as Jontian Beach Road, a famous tourist attraction in Pattaya. It shocked tourists and locals living in that area. There are no reports of damage from the transformer explosion this time, but it is expected that it will cause a power outage. Numerous videos have hit social media showing massive flooding across Lawton. One picture shows a vehicle nose first in water on 40th and Gore. Severe storms are moving through part of Oklahoma after thunderstorm and tornado warnings were issued earlier Saturday morning. Hundreds of homes and roads on Lanzarote have been flooded after torrential rainfall swept across the Canary Island on Saturday. Lanzarote's government declared a state of emergency overnight after 6 centimeters, 2.4 inches, of rain poured down on the popular holiday destination in just 2 hours. Grady, Greer, and Jackson counties. Damon says a flash flood warning is likely coming soon for Oklahoma County. The Oklahoma Department of Transportation said eastbound and westbound I-44 is closed just north of State Highway 49 in Comanche County near Medicine Park and U.S. Highway 62 in Lawton because of flooding. Motorists are urged to avoid the area and find an alternate route. district, the strong wind blew the roof tiles off, shocking the person filming the clip. The person filming the clip also stated that the strong wind affected planes that were about to land at Suvarnabhumi and Don Mueang airports, preventing them from landing. Netizens who experienced the incident themselves commented, such as, "I am one of those who encountered it today."
Allora, questo è via Mario Carbonaro, l'acqua praticamente.
Coco 5, Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane says there's an increasing flood threat coming into the OKC metro, including Moore, Norman, and West Clark. He says heavy rain is lifting up into the metro, and there are bands of heavy rain that extend all the way down south of the Red River.
Incredibile, incredibile, incredibile.
Not only that, she also encountered an electrical transformer that exploded with a loud noise on the road. Cars driving in the lane next to the electrical pole hurriedly changed it, but barely escaped in time, fearing that sparks would fall on the car and cause a fire. In Chachoengsao province, a roof attached to a convenience store in the Taiki district collapsed onto the cars of residents and employees, damaging a total of 5 cars. We have already seen flooding in Lawton, as there has already been about 5 inches of rain in southwestern Oklahoma. Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management officials said heavy rain is causing flash flooding on roadways in southwestern Oklahoma. They urge people to not drive through flooded roads, as floodwaters can be deeper than you expect. It turned out that a storm blew a nearly 100-year-old conch tree down onto the roof of a multi-purpose building where guests and relatives of the deceased were resting while waiting for the ceremony. Fortunately, no one was injured because everyone was able to run away in time. Since Jontian Beach Road is a busy road with many people and tourists, if there is any damage, it may affect traffic and businesses in that area. On May 12th, Mr. Chachart Sitaput, governor of Bangkok, broadcasted live on Facebook while visiting the water situation in the Klong Lat Freo 45 community, Hoi Quang district, Bangkok, following heavy rain that caused flooding in various areas throughout Bangkok on May 10th. No injuries have been reported by the Spanish authorities, and the state of emergency was lifted on Sunday morning. The head of Lanzarate's emergency services told local media some homes had been submerged, with floodwaters leaving behind a great quantity of mud. We have been working all night, attending 300 calls overnight, many of them in Arrecife and Teguise, Enrique Espinosa said on Sunday. Emergency services attended more than 150 incidents in Costa Teguise and in excess of 70 in Arrecife, local media reports.
Terribile. Terribile.
Mr. Wisanu Trayfumpel, deputy governor of Bangkok, was present. "I couldn't sleep in Japan," said Mr. Chadchart, who then turned to Mr. Wisanu jokingly asked why Bangkok was allowed to flood. Mr. Wisanu replied that on May 10th, the rain fell about 130 millimeters throughout Bangkok, mostly in Luang Thong Lang and Lat Freo districts. The areas receiving water are Klong Lat Freo and Klong Saint Si, which also have a lot of water. Klong Song Krasham receives water from Chok Chai 4 Road and NAK Naiwat Road. There is also Klong Chau Kan Sing, which receives both Klong Saint Si and Klong Song Krasham. As for the drainage, it will be dry the next day.
L'acqua sta arrivando ai primi piani.
The area of San Bartolome was badly hit, according to Lanzarotte's government. Dramatic footage circulating on social media shows a large surge of floodwater flowing rapidly under a bridge, leaving cars stranded on flooded roads. The Canaries are particularly vulnerable to floods when hit with intense rain, as their dry climate and volcanic rock mean the ground does not absorb large volumes of water well. The torrential rain came off the back of Storm Olivier, which swept over the Canaries, mainland Spain, and Portugal in recent days, triggering several weather alerts. Spain's meteorological service has issued weather warnings for many areas of the country from Sunday to Tuesday, including storms in the northeast, rain in the Balearic Islands, and wind in parts of both the north and south coast. A critical period for Lanzarotte's economy, which heavily relies on the influx of travelers. Footage from the island shows floodwaters submerging cars, swamping streets, and overwhelming drainage systems, with raw sewage spilling into the affected areas. Arrecife, the capital, along with towns such as Teguise, Costa Teguise, Guatiza, and Nazareth, have been particularly hit hard. Omaha, Nebraska, a part of the city that often gets the worst of flash floods, has some nearby business owners frustrated. We see cars floating by because people think they can get into that water, Phil Rhodes, owner of Futuramic's Clean Water Center, said. Thursday, the water once again came knocking on the door at his business. It came up on our sidewalk over here about halfway. Maybe within 4 to 6 inches of getting into the office, but it didn't, Rhodes said. There's mud, there's a lot of cleanup, we could lose inventory. It goes up and down very quickly. You don't have much, you really don't have much notice, Rhodes said. It's a raging river, and then it calms, and then it's just gone. It's a real pain, but we just have kind of gotten used to it, and we're nervous every time we get one of those big storms. Jim Thyler with Omaha Public Works says the road is basically a funnel.
Might be a book. We got stuff hitting the house. Look at that tree branch gonna go down on that truck. Oh. Just missed it.
Day and continue until Monday, with moderate to heavy intensity for a few moments. In the Anita Garibaldi and Centro neighborhoods, there were flooding records in streets such as Gothard Keys Model, Anita Garibaldi, and 9 DeMarco. Points in the Floresta neighborhood were also flooded, as was Sao Paulo Street, where a car was partially submerged, apparently after falling into a hole. In the Floresta area, the situation is also worrying, with flooded areas that are disrupting the movement of vehicles and pedestrians. On Sao Paulo Street, a car was partially submerged after falling into a hole due to the accumulation of water.
Wow. That's at least 80. Might be a book.
The schedule for the entrance exams for the Federal University of Santa Catarina, UFSC, in the municipality has also been postponed. According to the note issued by the institution, other cities with their respective test locations continue with the times indicated in the notice. The Department of Culture and Tourism canceled the closing performance of the Municipal Ballet School that was to be held on Saturday. Museums were also closed.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the latest developments.